Hey there viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. That's a 2009 Ford F-150, the truck that built America. I don't know if that's true, but it's got the big 5.0. Another shop sent it here. The money light is on. I'm going to assume evap troubles. I see it has a new purge valve under the hood. I could be wrong, but they say they can't figure out what's going on with light, so they want us to have a look at it. They'll probably do the repairs, I imagine. Got the Altel, got the launch. I've got the Harbor Freight, take 3. T10 hooked up there, got it all scanning. Looks like it's done. Got one red light on. Let's see what we got. We'll just go to, well, actually we can just go to the PTM because we only have the one code here. Let's see. Oh, classic P1000, so the light's been reset. And a 446 vent control circuit, so it's a circuit code. All right, so that should be pretty easy. Oh, wrong button here, or click enter. We'll go in here. I don't think live data is going to be much help. I don't know why they put a purge on it. Maybe it had multiple issues. Let me get in some live data, see what we see. Let's see what we got for the vent no, status. I don't think they show any circuit data here, so, oh yeah, it does. Vent status, yes, error. That's what I was looking for, is to see if they had a circuit checking data pin. It's turned off, so I believe that is underneath the vehicle on this one. We don't do a lot of Ford evaps, but they're similar to GM, purge and vent. So let's get under there. We should also find a wiring diagram. Let me see if I can get us that. We'll use the service data here that comes with, I think it's a 5.0 in it. Am I wrong? Oh yeah, no, this thing's too old. Idiot. Let me see which one it is. VinW, so it's a 4.6. You can't trust this guy. I don't even know what a 5.0 looks like. And then we're gonna come here, we'll just use the search. Let's do vent valve, oops. We'll just try vent. I usually try to keep my searches generic here. Diagrams, none, procedures, try this. Diagrams. Oh, we got a component locator. We're gonna have to probably be a little more generic here. It must be going through an update because it's being kind of slow today. I think we're locked up. Whoa, nope, hang on, dude. Okay, what do we have here? Canister assembly, canister vent valve electrical component. Oh, okay, so it's built right into the end of the canister. All right. So now we know what we're looking for when we go into there. Let me poke around here and get us a wiring diagram so we know, if it's a full-time power or how the computer controls it. If it's full-time ground, I'm not sure right offhand. Let me find it here for us. So I went through all of the wiring diagrams here, which are pretty incomplete. This is the issue I've had with motor service data in the past. I've tried it. I've always found it to be very lacking. Granted, it comes with this tool for free. Altel has used motor service info. I've always found it very difficult to navigate because they don't use like categories and subcategories. Everything is search derived, and it's oftentimes very incomplete. Sometimes it's helpful, but more often than not I find it quite incomplete. So I'm just going to pop into Pro Demand here and we'll get what we need. Okay, evap vent solenoid right here, 2 wires, yellow, red, green, and blue. They come down, number 5, number 7, so we'll go back to this diagram. Number 5 goes up to this fuse 26, 10 amp, which is also the power side for the PCM relay. So we do not need to check the fuse. It also comes down, and it's also the feed to the keep alive power. AC pressure transducer. Oh no, it's not AC pressure transducer. Okay, yeah, so we don't have to check the fuse. If the fuse didn't work, then PCM power relay wouldn't turn on, or keep alive memory would be erased, therefore the engine light wouldn't be on. And then number 7 goes over to here, CAN V. So it is ground side switched, as we likely could have assumed. Full-time power. Full-time power comes in on yellow with red, and then green with blue. That's all we need to know. Yellow, red's our power. Green with blue is our control. Let's get it up in the air, see which one of those two we're missing, if any. I assume this vent is probably new unless they confuse the vent valve with the purge valve, I guess. Anything is possible. It's 2024. As suspected, it looks brand new. Wiring's hanging down. We see we have a couple splice connections here. We can notice also crimp and seal connectors. They were crimped with the wrong tool, so both of them have holes in them, so they will be big green pus sacks here in about 6 months in the PRNY. On the scan tool, I've got the canister vent valve pulled up here. Let's just turn it on and off, see if we hear anything. That's on. That's off. On. Off. Okay, so we don't hear anything, so now we can unplug it. Connector looks pretty good. I don't have a pin in my hat, so we'll see. I grabbed us the power probe tool. Probably not the best tool for the job, but if we have to find a power source under here, it makes it easier. Okay, so we have power there. This is the PCM side. It does not appear we have any connection whatsoever with anything. Okay, so the power probe does, you can use it for this. You go here, it's been a while. We're gonna go to driver test, okay? I don't know if that's showing up on your screen or not. We'll go to driver test. That puts puts our battery voltage, which we have a maintainer on it right now. And it's a low current output. And what it does is we can use it on ground side switch solenoids like this, so when the PCM grounds it, we'll see it. So we can put it there, but we know we have no connection. We have an open circuit here. We have broken wire somewhere. Turn it on. It's turned on, and our voltage did not pull down to ground. So we have a broken wire, easy peasy. Or the main brain box is bad. Rule number 1, when looking for the broken wire, visual inspection naturally, which you kind of seen there. Visual inspection says you got a bunch of new tape here, so I don't know what that means. It is worth looking just in case there's one of those butt connectors in here. The butt connectors are great. We've made videos on crimp and seal connectors. They work wonderful when used properly. If you use the wrong crimping tool, that's what you get. You get a hole poked in it, and then it's junk. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe they just taped it up. They didn't cut the tail off their zip tie. Clutch mode. We're gonna take that off. That's the Harbor Freight tape. All right, get off my glove. Let's just have a look. I don't feel any wire nuts. Of course, we'll tape this up. We'll have to fix those other 2 wires there, obviously. Not our customer, but kind of is, I guess. Okay, so nothing weird here. They must have just taped it up just because. Always worth looking, though. All right. Being that we have to fix these 2, let's just do the hokey pokey, and by that I mean let's just peel back the insulation. Wow, grade A scumbag move right here, watch this. It's only a scumbag move if you leave it. Turn this back on. So still no connection there. I'm gonna switch back modes back to volts DC. Typically, if it's hooked to the computer, we'll see some sort of ghost voltage, some sort of reading. Okay, I'm gonna continue my visual inspection on this harness. We'll leave all this junk here because like I say, we have to fix that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let me enhance. Nothing to do with the video. Enhance. Get these to focus for you here. See them 2 poke holes through there? That makes these connections absolutely worthless. It's what gives these crimp and seal connectors a bad name. Great way to fix a wire that's using the non-insulated portion of their crimping tool. That's what causes that, so make some junk. All right, the harness comes up to this connector here. Now, there is some fresh tape in this area. Pin 13 at this connector, it's green. That's blue, this is pin 13 in between the orange, white and orange, and green and white. We're just gonna very gingerly back probe it here. I did plug the vent valve back in, so if the wire's good from down there to up here, we will have 12 volts on this. And we have no volts on this. So that's interesting. But we do have some ghost voltage, which that's a big clue for us, okay? Let's turn the vent valve on. I still have my ghost voltage. Let's go back to the driver test. Okay, that's on. That's off. Okay, so our wire is good up until this point. We have 13.7 volts here. We're going to use a computer to pull that to ground. On, off. Okay, so that tells us we're good on this side of the connector. That's interesting, because that harness didn't look that bad on the way down. I didn't see where anybody had meddled with it. Let's find pin 13 on the opposite side. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over in the second row up. Should be this guy right here. Kind of a lighter green. Why we do this is to make sure that the connector is good, right? Without unplugging it. Sometimes you can open up Pandora's box here. So you don't mess with connectors or Texas, okay? General rule. The truck drove in, sometimes you unplug a connector, you gotta push it out. And I don't feel like pushing it out because I got stuff to do. On, off. Okay, so we've isolated the circuit. Not a problem, easy to fix now. We just need to find it. And the wire is broke between this connector and down under the vehicle. I'll give you a reference here. I know the lighting kind of sucks, but Brake Master, we're up in the left-hand corner of the truck. So let me employ my big nose, do some sniffing. I see all the wiring harness. Like this thing was pulled out when I got up here. That one wasn't pushed in where it was supposed to be. This one was not pushed in where it's supposed to be. This one down here is not pushed in. So somebody has been meddling in things they ought not be meddling in. So let's go look for some rubbish and see if we can find the green pus. I'm gonna pick a rando spot here in the middle. I see this holder here is broke off. Usually, you see the tape's kind of boogered. A lot of times that happens and the dirt and stuff will sit down in here and kind of give some chafage in my experience. So we'll very lightly do this. Oh yeah, lots of dirt. Doesn't mean that's where the problem is, but we like to go with high probability areas. Follow the sign. Lots of dirt and junk there. No big green pus balls pointing out at us, jumping out to us. Come on, green pussy, where are you? Let's see if we can find the wire. Let me get a reminder of what it looks like up here. It is light green with like a light blue is what it looks like on this end. Here's a light green with a light blue. Give it a tug. That's pulling all the way through that direction. Oh, pulled it right to your problem, lady. Oh, damn it, I robbed you guys of the money shot. We got her, old son. So the old tug test worked. Didn't tug hard enough, so there it is. That's your problem, lady. We probably should open up the harness back to where it originated from, because if something else got in there and did the hokey pokey, we need to make sure there's not more wires. So let's fix this wire. Chop it off. Chop off the green crust. Ooh. That one is migrated. Green crust migration is the real thing. That's nice and clean. Looks like I got the wrong size connector. We are going to use the red crimp and seal. However, we're going to use the proper side of our tool to crimp it. Make sure you're using the insulated crimp section. Give it a squeeze, give it a tug. Go wash your hands. Let's see. Go like that. Peel it back just a whisker more. Trim it just a smidge. Slide her up in there. Non-insulated pork. We do actually have the proper crimping tool for this, but this crimping tool works fine. You have the hokey pokey end with the little nipple sticking out. That is for bare. And then the side that's just 2 half moons says INSUL, insulated. Okay? Make sure you're using the right side, folks, or you'll poke a hole in it. Brand new tool, the DeWalt 20 volt heat gun. A viewer sent this to me with no note or anything. Don't know who to thank, and I thank you. So we're gonna try it out, first time ever. I've used it for some tire repair so far, but never heat shrinking. I always use my little mini torch. Perhaps this is not the appropriate tool. It does have a little guard that goes over it. We'll try the little reflector on there. Well, let me grab my mini torch. Maybe it works better on just like regular heat shrink. Still a cool tool regardless. Like I say, it works great if you're doing patching a tire and it's getting cold out, you need to heat up the tire a little bit for your vulcanizing fluid. Usually use a woman's hair dryer that we get at the Salvo or whatever. Our last one just broke, so it was good timing. There we go. We'll let that baby cool down. I opened up the tape to the original scene of the crime, and guess what? Guess what, chicken butt? Nothing. We got some tape here. I see lots of green pus. Oh yeah. We got other broken wires. Well, not other broken ones, but we got other pussy ones. So something at some point has kinked all these wires. There's crimp marks across them. Let me just go through each and every wire individually to see if they're poked through the insulation or not. If they just have little marks on the insulation, we don't care. This is why we back traced it, because we often see if a wire is broken in the middle of the harness. Yeah, it's like that wire there is big and puffy. I don't know what this runs, but it's a big one. And it's super green. This wire has broken insulation. Okay, so we have 2 extra wires here that we don't even know what they go to. Don't know, don't care. We'll stick these ones here on our lift. We can zip tie them up out of the way or something. Get rid of our extra tape. So this is why we decided to go backwards, folks. It's called pay me now or pay me later. Found a zip tie laying on the ground from yesterday from the same shop, from a car they worked on the zip tie along on, so I picked it up right off the dirt. Look at us go. See if we can reuse it. Look at that, huh? Good thing they don't cut their zip ties. Huh? Okay, let's fix these. This one is cut but still super clean. So we can cut that one like that. We'll make the repair on it before before something. Use your words. Before we cut the other one, because the other one's a big jabroni, and that may be a power of some sort. Don't know. All I know is they need to be fixed. We'll use the red crimp seal again. It's not a big deal. If you do poke the insulation on it, just cut it off and do it again. If you have enough wire. If you're in a risky situation where you know if it screws up you won't have enough wire, then fix it a different way. Open barrel connector with heat shrink, or you can solder it, or as they say across the pond, solder. Okay, keep all our viewers happy. Got a little mini torch here. Heater up. These are the marine grade ones I use. They have the adhesive in them. Heat them up till the adhesive comes out and you're good to go. Now this one, this purple one, I don't even know if we're in the frame. This one I look at and say, girl, you crusty. You crusty. Oh yeah. Let me see if I can give you some sort of money shot. I wonder what it runs. Try to get her pinched. So there it is. Let's move the light. I don't know if you can see it or not, but oh yeah. Oh, the green crust, baby. So, like I say, not a problem now. Gonna be though. Where did I have the light hanging? Ain't much to attach it to under here. She's pretty crusty. Well, I was going to do that purple with green, and I looked up and caught a little tiny twinkle of light in my little eye. And there was a teeny tiny piece of copper sticking out of this wire that we supposedly already inspected. He's a guy that should put his glasses on. There's that. Okay, now I was seeing which size we need for that one. I'm guessing blue. You betcha. You betcha. Probably should go get the appropriate tool here, but here we are. Slipped right in. There it is. Let me heat them up. We'll call it a day. Good thing we tugged on this harness. Look what kind of sin this just revealed. Your classic. Never ever use a New York style butt connector. Ever in your life. Unless you're a grade A scumbag. Those things won't last 6 months around here. This port harness. It's gonna have some splicages in it. Our splices, I guarantee, with the unlimited limited warranty. I know my splices aren't gonna fail, so that's all we worry about. So we'll fix what we see. There's that. I believe we have everything fixed that needs to be fixed. I put a little tape on the harness just to make sure our wire lengths and everything were correct. We're gonna get this taped back up in the loom. Take the blow nozzle, knock some of this stuff off, and then reattach it to, you know, the wire holders here. And then I went ahead and replaced those two butt connectors there and evened out our wire lengths on this, and we'll get this all taped up. When you're using crimping seals, like I say, just scrutinize them. You have to be honest with yourself. If you live in the South, you know, who cares? Poke as many holes as you want. If you live in the salt belt, you can't have a single, even the tiniest little hole. Salt will win every single day of the week. We got her all done up. And then the best way to attach your harness back to the little holders, because the problem is if you try to take those holders out of the frame, then you're in big trouble. You're in big trouble, mister. Oh crap, the OCD guys we'll move that one to the front. We'll move it to the front. I almost want to cut it back off, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna control myself. Move those two on down the line. We're gonna have one oddball zip tie. You're gonna have to live with it. Almost did it again. Look at this guy. What's this rookie of the year he's going for? Stick him back up there. Flip it over. Let the harness. Let it be what it'll be. Get it where we need it. Pull it back just a little bit. You can't just leave your harness hanging, folks. Bad things can happen. Bad things happen to good people. And then we've got this. We'll hook that back on the brake line. Sling the wires up and ring them. We're gonna have to find a place over here because I see it was missing a holder on this side as well. Well, we're gonna get her as factory as we can. The thing is, he goes to the car show with this thing. It'll be points off. They're already gonna see the zip ties, so that's probably a couple points. But as far as this oddball zip tie here, the one that's upside down, I don't know. Could be the difference between him and a 24th place trophy, I know that. But chance you take. We did wrap it nicely using the Scotch Super 88. Don't mess around with crappy tape, folks. That's all I can tell you. Spend the extra $2 and buy Scotch brand tape. Either get Super 33 or Super 88. I wouldn't lie to you. It's the best stuff on the planet. We are back to the beginning where we started. Listen closely. On, off, on, off. So that's good. We can go back. We'll take our scan tool here. And now if we go back to our data stream, we go to custom, oh, let me turn you. Hang on. Customize data list. Deselect all. We will search for vent because the vent is our friend. We'll push the down arrow thingy. We'll hit OK. Canister vent status yes error. What the world? Why would it say that? It clearly works. So that's curious. I don't know why it says that. We don't need to check it out. Maybe that data pit is erroneous. Let's back out of here and clear our fault memory. Rookie mistake this guy just did. We did not check the drive cycle status prior to clearance. We know it wasn't done at a P1000. So that's interesting. It says yes error. What if we go to actuation test and then we go to vent valve? I don't think we can select data, can we? Because perhaps that PID changes. No, we can't. Oh yeah, add data streams. Number 20, this usually doesn't work on the icon. Yep, it does not work. So it gives us 20 data PIDs, but it does not let us select them. I've reported this issue to them. I ran into this issue yesterday on a Dodge. So yeah, it kind of sucks. It just brings up the first, like 20 just erroneous data PIDs, doesn't give us the ability to select 20 of them. At any rate, we know that it works because we hear it click. The circuit is complete and the car has control of it. That's it. So we'll leave it at that, folks. I'll clean up my mess. just a bunch of tape and stuff, but an easy fix. Super easy circuit, 2 wires, a power and a control. Perhaps the reason the other shop or other folks might struggle with this is just lack of service info. If you're running a shop and you don't have service info, you need it, or you just need to close your doors, because without service information, we have nothing. Like, you don't know what color wires go where, you don't know torque values, you don't know anything other than just, you know, trial and error, which gets expensive after a while, I would imagine. You need to know how something works before you fix it. And I'm not trying to throw shade at them. I got no static with this shop. They send me a ton of work. A lot of them do. But you have to have service info. It's a very simple process. Look it up. Where does the wire go and why isn't it working? And also, when you're making your tests, you need to know the values or what you expect to see. You know, when we get down there to check the power wire, does this power wire have power all the time? Is it key on? Is it, you know, what brings this thing power? Does it run off a relay? And then make your test. What do you expect to see? Well, it comes from a 10 amp fuse. We should be able to check it with a high current test light to see, can it carry current down that wire? And then the same with the control side. How does it work? You know, it's ground side switch, obviously. It comes with PCM. Do we have bidirectional control? Rule number 1, never trust your scan tool. I don't care what brand it is. If you're turning it on and off with a scan tool and it's not working, and you make it all the way back to the PCM and it's still not working, you better check wire integrity the good old fashioned way. I've been burned by scan tools, OEM and aftermarket, more times than I care to admit. So never trust service data, never trust your wiring diagrams, and never trust your scan tool. That's all rule number 1. I hate to say that, but that's just how it is. If you're in this industry long enough, I've been doing it for over 20 years, diagrams are wrong, service data is wrong, scan tools are wrong, and it happens often, and it sucks, but that's how it is. So know what you're testing, know how it works, know what you expect to see, and trust no one. Those are my 4 rules. And I have more rules, but those are the 4 for today. Rule number 5, go to that comment section to stay alive. Questions, Insta, Facebook, you guys know where we're at. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.